swear, eh, this song is such a banger. For real. I'm actually not sure if this one is in Beat Saber, virtual reality game. Okay, well, it's almost finished. Love the song. Exactly. And there we go. Finito. Okay. Welcome everyone. Good that you're here. I love that song. I'm always wondering, like when I put on that song at the beginning of live streams, I have a playlist with different songs, but it always makes me wonder, is that song in Beat Saber or not? Because it's such a Beat Saber song. If you've played the game in virtual reality on any of your gaming systems, it's such a Beat Saber song. It just reminds me of the game. It always does. How are you guys doing? Welcome. Good that you're here. We're going to go through the charts at the beginning of the live stream, and then we're going to do, as always, a little bit of chatting and see what we're going to come up with, right? So, M1304, good that you're here, buddy. Good to see you. Captain Gary in the house as well. Dan S. Linnaeus, I hope I pronounced that correct, with a pepper. Gotta love some pepper in your food. Edward Park, also here. Terry Marsden, DJ Trading, indeed. Philip, what up, y'all? What up, Philip? How you doing? So, jumping into the charts, shall we? Good that you guys are here on this Saturday, at least evening for me. Tjart Willem, also here. And the 8-ball. Were you the 8-ball comment? I don't know. Recently I got an someone commented. I'm not sure if that was you. He said someone put a comment on one of my shorts, and the shorts I upload are always little pieces from my long form video. And someone commented with, "Yo, he went straight into the 8-ball." I didn't really know what it meant, but it's almost like he went straight to the point, or I suppose something like that. But Sidiums, welcome. Great content. Well, we just started. The content still has to come, I suppose. That's what I'm looking for, the word. So we're going to go through Bitcoin first, do a little bit of Elliott Wave analysis. I got a more bearish scenario for you guys as well, and I have my reasons for putting it on the chart and also showing it to you tonight. And so that's a new one that's coming up over here, medium time frame bear. We're going to go over that. I actually posted it in Discord. Yeah, so I had a bit of chatting today in the Discord updates section, but we go over a new bearish scenario and then just have a look at what's happening locally, right? And then we can go anywhere. Let's see where this stream brings us. My fiance, we just came back from Amsterdam. She bought a MacBook for her business that she's going to start, and we just got home, so I decided to go live instead of making a video, and she's going to go running, so we got time, we got time. So let's get through it. The bearish scenario has a reason, and I'll explain the reason. So let's jump to the lower time frame. I just wanted to have it on the chart just in case. Okay, much better stream timing, Big Koenz. Yo, Red Loop. It's been a while that I had a comment from you. Good to see you here, man. Welcome. Welcome. Overall, I meant, what do you think about the June low fractal with respect to current low structure? The June low fractal. Okay, let's have a quick look at your question before I then jump in the analysis, because I'm curious. A June low. This one. Well, let's have a look, shall we? So we take the bars pattern from the low, to the high. It doesn't really, like, the thing is, the context is different. It's just the whole context. So here, you know, it's a solid low after a dump to the downside, right on top of support as well. We had the weekly naked point of control as support. Price moving to the upside as well, very nicely, nice impulse to the upside. So the context is different because now we basically, it's like we wick the low, and yeah, I'll show you in a second. So I'm not really a fan of the same structure. Elliott Wave wise, look, the problem is that, and I will go through it this stream. The problem is with this low, it's very difficult to count this as the low of the downtrend. And that is why the probabilities are higher for another low. It doesn't have to happen immediately, but it's just a probabilities scenario. Look at the difference. Look how impulsive this is, and look how long we've been going sideways, right? It's very, very sideways. Thanks for the hearts, everyone. I see hearts popping up in the corner of my eye here. But just look how long we've been going sideways compared to the impulse. So also, if this is a wave 1, right? If this is a wave 2, look how long wave 2 is in time. Because Elliott Waves is not only a price relationship, right, with the waves, it's also time. So we can take a fib time from the low to the high. We double click, and let's just put on my extension here. Man, look at this. If this is the low of, let's say, wave 2, right? Let's imagine that this low over here is the low of wave 2. It's almost 7 times longer than wave 1 in a potential 1, 2, and then up for 3. The probabilities are so low for this to be a wave 2. It makes much more sense this is a wave C, also because of context. In a 3-wave up, 3-wave down, 5-wave up, a very nice ABC expanding flat structure. So yeah, let's go over the medium time frame, guys. Let's jump into the analysis, and then after the analysis, we can shit around on the stream, have some fun, check some other charts, you know, whatever. But for the people that are here mainly for the analysis, let's at least go through that. Yeah, share it on Discord, CDMs. That's a good thing. Flotty, yo, Flotty is here as well. How you doing? Chill Fu, what's up? How you doing, man? Good to have you here. So let's go through it. I'll focus on the charts for a little bit. I have the chat open in my second screen, but when I do the analysis for the people watching the VOD, I'll just go through the analysis, and then we can go back to the chat and have some fun. So a new scenario is the medium time frame bearish scenario, which I'll show you in a second, but I want to explain my reasons for at least putting it on the chart just as like an in case. So we had this move to the downside, right? Which looks impulsive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave move. But it's not easy to, and of course we're on a very low time frame, 15, 30 minute. So it is not easy to count this at the moment as part of this structure over here. Because if this is a 5-wave move, we're either looking for a zigzag in a 5-3-5, but the problem here for a zigzag, where this then has to be a diagonal, is that this wave 5 is longer than wave 3, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Take a trend-based fib from the high of 2 to then the low over here of 3, 1, 2, 3, to the high of 4, drag it to the right, and you can see the 1-to-1 has been crossed, which invalidates a contracting diagonal at least. And an expanding diagonal like this is more rare. Of course, it is something we have to keep in mind, but it's just more rare in general. So can this be a 5-3-5? Yes, but it's less probabilities that this is a contracting diagonal because they're so rare, right? But if this is not a contracting or an expanding diagonal, sorry, if this is not an expanding 5-wave structure in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it is very difficult to count this as part of this whole structure. And because it then becomes difficult for this impulsive structure to be part of this corrective sideways move, we have to also at least think about this being a separate structure of this range, meaning this is a separate impulse to the downside. So we have then a corrective, this is the corrective structure, and this is the beginning of something new. But then that means you're going to be looking for an impulse to the downside, because you now expect then a 5 correction and continuation to the downside. But if we're looking for an impulse here, you actually want to look for an impulse here. And that is a problem, because this looks very nicely as like a 3-wave structure over here. Can this be a 5-wave move? Well, there's always the what if or the potential. But if we look at this being a 5-wave move and then this being a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the problem is wave 3. Wave 3 is the shortest wave compared to wave 1 and 5, which is not allowed. It invalidates an impulse. But counting this impulsive structure any other way is difficult. Can we count this as a 1, 2, and then what is this? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? That's awkward, because then we're leaving out this structure over here. It doesn't really make sense, right? So it's just an in case this is somehow an impulsive structure, because we always need to at least have the scenario where we are then looking for a 1 to the downside, corrective 2, and this by itself is a separate move in another 1, 2, looking for continuation down. We at least have to think about more bearish scenarios. Probabilities are not on the side of this scenario, but at least we have to keep it in mind, because we always need the bullish and the bearish scenarios. Of course, I have the bullish one as well, but let's first go through the bearish one, which then gives a scenario like this, where you then have a 5-wave impulsive move to the downside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We can go through the count here later in the stream as well in more detail. Then we have an expanding flat in a wave 2. And for a time, like for a wave 2, timing wise, it's quite nice. Take a trend-based fib from the high to the low of 1, double click, and then toggle on the 0.618 and the 1-to-1. And you'll see that this wave 2 is very nicely positioned in the middle between the 0.618 and the 1-to-1. That's very nice. That is what you like to see for a wave 1, or between the 1 and the 1.618 is nice as well. But this works nicely. So then after this potential wave 2, you want to see impulses down. And just because we had an impulsive structure over here, I at least have the scenario on the chart, just as an in case, this somehow is a wave 1 instead of a 3-waver, corrective 2, and this is another 1, 2 continuation to the downside. Of course, it is weekend, and usually weekend is not famous for impulsive moves, right? It's more like ranging. The invalidation for this scenario is taking this high. So this is the invalidation of this particular scenario. So the moment price goes above, you know, we can think about a continuation to the upside. So at least I wanted to explain to you my thinking locally. It's not the highest probability scenario, but we always have to keep it in mind, especially if price is going to take this low. Because if this low is taken, one can imagine we go down for that one, because we don't have much support. This low over here, this low, wicked the double bottom that we have had on the chart. It also got the daily naked point of control. I'm not sure if I still have that one in my folder. No, I already removed it. So we also had the daily naked point of control in this area. So you guys know I had this support area on the chart for a while already. Price moved down. We wicked here, very nice. And this is an important low. For the more bullish scenario, you want this low actually to like hold this low, because if you take this one, very likely you take this one, and then the big problem is there's a big gap for the next support area. Yes, we do have a point of control of a volume profile over here at 27.9, but look, it's still like quite far down, right? Between the low we have here at 28.550 and 27.950. So there's still a big gap. And the moment you go all the way down here, you know, it doesn't work with any scenario that then involves more upside, really. So you would expect continuation down, where then the next support area is here around 27K, right? 26.8 to 27.4. So that is then what I'd be looking for. So you want to see this low preferably like being the low of now a move towards then the upside, which then leads me to the more bullish structure, which then eventually leads to a bearish structure. And the reason, again, that we're looking for downside is because it is so difficult for this to be the low of a corrective structure following the Elliott Wave rules. So let me explain this scenario first, and then explain why this low does not really work as the low for then an impulse to the upside. You know, of course, it doesn't really work as the wrong saying. We trade probabilities, right? It just has lower probabilities of taking this high. The probabilities are higher for eventually taking the low. You know, simple. So in this scenario, we're looking for that zigzag ABC 535 to the downside, currently working on a wave B. Now, a wave B can be any corrective structure, including a WXY, which is a complex structure, complex corrective structure. A flat in an ABC is simple. Can this be the high of a wave B? Yes, it can. But then you would expect in a wave C to the downside an impulsive move, because you have an impulse down in an A, 3 wave B, and you want to see another impulse down in a wave C. The problem then is, what I showed you at the beginning, is this move to the downside, which looks like a 3-wave structure. And because it looks like a 3-wave structure, the probabilities for a big move down in an impulse are low, right? Because you want to see an impulse 5-wave structure to the downside instead, but we didn't get it. So just because this is a 3-wave move, we can expect this high to be taken. Fascinating, right? Elliott waves. So if we don't look at this scenario, then the probabilities are higher for B to not yet be finished. So we're going to put B over here for now. That also means that this expanding flat structure in an ABC is only the beginning of a 3-wave structure in B. So this then becomes a wave W, expanding flat in a wave W, currently working on a wave X, for then eventually a Y to the upside. And because we're thinking about a sideways double combo, as the official terminology states, we are looking for a W, X, and then in Y, because wave W is an expanding flat, wave Y is not allowed to be an expanding flat. So wave Y has 2 options left, either a zigzag or a triangle. Wave X can be any corrective structure, can be complex, can be whatever. So wave X we don't know, but we know that wave Y can be a zigzag 535, or it can be a triangle. We don't yet know. We first have to wait till X is in, and that's the question. Is X already in? I don't really think so just yet on the lower time frames in this particular scenario, right? So not yet necessarily looking for the zigzag or the triangle, but at least we know that based on the rules, because W is a flat, wave Y in a sideways double combo has to be a zigzag or a triangle. Now, if we get a triangle over here, chances are high we're not going to get the triple top at 30.4K, because probably you're going to expect something like this, like in between this range. But I think not necessarily probabilities wise, you don't see triangles too often, actually. Like solid Elliott wave ruled, like triangles that fit the Elliott wave rules are actually quite rare. Even though people see triangles left, right, and center, very often it's not a triangle following the rules, and therefore you see many fake outs because people don't know the rules. But what I think is very interesting is the triple top that we have over here at 30.4K, high 1, high 2, high 3, wicking above, maybe even hitting the golden pocket here, and then moving to the downside, and then a W, X, and eventually a Y, before then an impulse to the downside. Maybe next week. We do have some news next week. I already checked Thursday and on Friday. So later in the week, we have some news coming. So that might increase some impulsivity. But this is definitely an interesting scenario that then also matches like lower targets and the higher time frame count that we have for potentially then another move to the upside. So we're looking for a 3-wave ABC before then continuation to the upside, higher time frame. My high time frame and macro video, by the way, is coming tomorrow, Sunday, 7 p.m. as always. Always Sunday, 7 p.m. So then the analysis of why is it so difficult to end the correction over here? Why are the probabilities higher for price to take this low instead of going up for new highs? Well, that has to do with this. So we have 2 scenarios. This impulsive structure to the upside can either end over here or it can end over here. So let's go through the scenarios first of it ending over here. So now we have this as a wave 1 or a wave A, right? We don't know. So let me put on the chart just in case. So this can be a wave 1 or it can be an A, and then we're looking for 2 or B. And then we're saying, okay, can this be the low of a wave 2 or a wave B? That means we are looking for a very long, first of all, it's an extremely long sideways correction. But then also, we can't really finish anything here because now we are looking for either a wave A, B, C to the downside, or we're looking for a WX, like WXY. When we think about an ABC expanding flat, we're thinking about a 3-3 and then a 5-wave move. But if we think about a 5-wave structure, we're thinking about this being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ends over here. If you count the lower time frames, this would be a nice end of 5, not this one. Another problem is that if you would try to count the end of 5 over here, then if this is an impulse, you get overlap, because we're then thinking about like a 1, 2, or what would you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You would probably count it like this, I suppose. Then the problem becomes that there's overlap between the lows of wave 1 and the highs of wave 4, which is not allowed in an impulsive structure. And if you think then about a diagonal, expanding diagonals are very rare. So expanding structures are never preferred and never have high probabilities. It's always better to look for other structures instead. And only if all other structures fail, you can go to an expanding structure. So therefore, this being a wave C to the downside in an ABC is very unlikely. If this was the low and we moved up, that was possible. But we got another low, and that's a problem. In a WXY, we're looking for a 3-3 and another 3-wave structure to the downside. Same problem apply. We're now looking for a 3-waver, so it could be a zigzag in a 5-3-5 to the downside. But then again, we have a problem over here, right? In an a 5-3-5-wave structure to the downside. And if you count this as a zigzag in a 5-3 and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then again, you have overlap between 1 and 4, which is not allowed in an impulsive structure. So it creates the same problem over here as we had before. And if you're thinking about diagonals, it's again an expanding structure, which again is very rare. So that is the problem with this low. If you had this low, we could think about an impulse, but instead we moved down again, which was expected because this move over here did not look impulsive at all. So we already expected this low to be taken, which happened very nicely indeed. If we then put wave A or 1 on this high, and I just finished the analysis real quick, and then we go into chatting mode, shall we? We're gonna have some fun. So if we put wave A or 1 over here, which now makes more sense because of what we have locally, then we count this as a 1, 2, 3, sideways 4, 5, either a WXY-XZ in this structure or a WXY complex structure, wave A or 1 at the high. Now in this scenario, we can't count this as a WXY for reasons explained, because counting this as a 3-wave structure, if you do a WXY, you're looking for 3 waves. But if you put the high over here, you're still looking for 3 waves if you're looking for a WXY, a 3-3-3. Or you're looking for this to be a zigzag, for example. It all comes down to the same problem. This high was a nice end in either a zigzag, ABC, or if you're looking for a 5-wave structure, then this is the first move, you expect a second and a third. So we're not yet finished. So a 3-wave structure is unlikely, because this being an ABC, well, you want to see upside from this low, but instead we took the low. That's not allowed in an impulsive structure in a 1, 2, 3. Or we have to think about this being an impulse, but then you expect another impulse down, because an impulse is never by itself. It always needs another impulse. So with the impulse, this is then the low, and then you expect B, C. So you still expect a low to be made. So currently the probabilities are a lot higher for price to make another low, but it doesn't mean we can't go first to the upside, which I think is very interesting because of the triple top, and also to bait people in buying, because in the end, we all know the statistics of winning traders, and emotions play a big role. Whoa, talking about this, the best book, guys, I swear, best book. I'll show you a book in a second that I'm going to talk about. This one goes into emotions, mental, and all that stuff. But you can imagine if price would move to the upside, if price is going to take these highs, you always have the breakout traders here, right? They're going to be buying, buy. Yes, we still have some resistance here in case we go up, but this is an interesting level, 34, 35. Everyone buying. Before then, this is a B, boom, down for a C. That would be very interesting though. Something I'm definitely keeping my eye on. Now, more locally, as mentioned in my earlier update, upside has a little bit higher probabilities. It's a very long sideways range, got to be honest. This structure over here, it takes ages. And we do have bearish CVD divergences still, even though it's like the 3rd time now, so less probabilities. First bearish divergence over here, lower high on price, higher high on yellow. Then over here again, this structure. So this played out, right? Price took this low. Then ranging, again, bearish CVD, like lower high on price, higher high on the CVD, more bearish CVD divergences, played out again. So that's a second CVD. And this is now the third one. Now, every time you get a CVD with a pivot, the more you get, the lower the probabilities of it actually playing out. So that's something we have to keep in mind with this CVD divergence. And we don't, do we have bullish? Yeah, we actually had bullish CVD divergences. I was in Amsterdam, so I didn't keep my eye on the chart. But over here, higher low in price, lower low in yellow, as well as on blue, 5-minute bullish CVD divergences here. Quite decent, I would say. This one already played out, by the way. So, and we do not have divergences with the low. So we have to wait how this is going to develop. But as explained, preferably price is going to hold this low, hold the double bottom area for then a move to the upside. I don't mind price like retesting the double bottom 28.9 level, which happens more often, as shown in my video earlier today. Perfect scenario over here where that happened. Swing failure pattern. Swinging it, taking the liquidity, moving down, moving up, retesting that same level and down. Could be interesting. Could be interesting. So yeah, this is basically what we're looking for. This is the Elliott Wave analysis. And on a local time frame, again, like we simply have to hold the bottom. No one knows what's going to happen. But in a probability scenario, the probabilities on the medium time frame are higher to drop, right? Like drop. Yeah, I don't care either straight, but that's not really a high probability move at the moment. Or first go up, take that liquidity at 34 and then down. That would be very, very nice indeed. We also have, of course, the medium time frame bearish scenario, like 1, 2 continuation down in a bigger 3. But the main issue is this looks 3 wavy, not 5 wavy, but we at least have to keep it in mind. So, and also this starts to be long as a wave 2 as well. So yeah, I explained everything earlier at the beginning of my analysis about this structure. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about, considering the analysis on the chart. And now we go in. We can go into chatting mode. So before I go and jump into the chat and scroll back up and see what you guys have been talking about. Now I have trading books, right? I read books, love reading books, but the trading books I have are never about technical analysis. They're always about mental preparation. Mental like stuff. So I'll show you a couple and then I go to the best book that I'm reading at the moment. So recommendation. I don't have affiliate links of these books in my description, right? You just get them if you want or not, that's up to you. Market Wizards, this one, very good. It's interviews with some of the top traders in the world. I've read it twice, this one. You can also see it's damaged here because I've used it so much. It travels with me everywhere I go. Very good, this one. But there's multiple editions. So Unknown Markets Wizards, very good as well. We have, how do I do this? Trading in the Zone, Mark Douglas. I like the first half is good, the second half not so good, gotta be honest there. Then we have, I mean, come on. If you like Elliott Waves, this is an obvious one, right? Elliott Wave print. Actually, I do have the affiliate link in my description for that one. Oh, here. Reminiscence of a Stock Operator. It's also mindset. This is more investing, The Intelligent Investor. It's a big book. It very much goes into index funds. It's just good knowledge to have, I suppose. Yups, another one. Market Wizards, they're so good, man. I can recommend. And now, oh wait, and then I read this one last week. Best Loser Wins. I can recommend. It's a bit repetitive at times, but it's a good book. However, if you go to YouTube, guys, let me show you this, because you can, all the content that is in the book is on YouTube. And it's not stolen content. It's the author himself giving a presentation which happens to have all the info of the book. Like the most important info of the book is literally in this part series. So this one. So you Google on Tom Hougaard part 1, and then you just go through all the parts. There's 7 parts. It's like a 1.5 to 2 hour series. And this is the author, and in his presentation he will show you the slides with the most important info from the book as well. Best Loser Wins. So just so you know, you can check him out. If you prefer to view instead of read, you can do that. And now I'm reading this, The Mental Game of Trading. Maybe you've heard it already, but trading is very much a mental game, not necessarily a technical game. Of course, you need technical analysis and you need a certain level, you need a strategy, you need a plan, you know, that sort of stuff. But why do we keep losing trades? Mental, right? It's very often mental problems, greed, fear, anger, confidence, and discipline. And this book is amazing. Again, I don't have affiliate links. You can just find it if you want. You know where to get it. The Mental Game of Trading. Yeah, like CDMs. Yeah, this is such a great book. It's like you get exercises. So it's not just about like, oh, you have to do this instead. You know, it's not stating the obvious. It's talking about a step-by-step system for mastering trading psychology, right? And it's so far it's amazing. I'm at page, where am I? 92? Yeah, 92, 93, which is about fear, and it is about FOMO, and it's about pain of losing over here. That's the part yeah, that's what I'm reading about now. But man, it's so good. It's and you get exercises that you have to work on. But I first will read the whole book. And then after I've read the whole book, that's when I read it again. But then I'm going to work on the exercises as well to improve my trading mentality, I suppose. So, okay, there you go. Really, really good books. So what have you guys been up to in the chat? Rondelwa, nice that you're here, man. Welcome. I'm doing good, thanks. Doing good. We've been through the analysis at the beginning of the stream, and now we're gonna go chill. So let me scroll up, and then from up to down. You know, let's see what you guys have been saying. So, I'll share the chart in Discord. I'll check that one out. CDM, can this broadcast be kept on YouTube? Yes. The broadcast, the VOD, will be on YouTube in the Bitcoin analysis playlist. So it will be on YouTube, and you can see like this one has a red dot. So the title of this stream or the title of this video in the VOD has a red dot. So you know this is a live stream. Ken van der Bos, goed dat je er bent. Welkom. Perseo, good you're here as well. Invert the chart and you get your boss easily. Your bias. Yeah, it doesn't look too good. I actually never invert my chart. I don't even know how to do it. I just never do. Imagine I invert the chart and I then don't know how to revert it. How do I even do it? Oh, here. Inverts. This is really weird. Okay, let's back to normal. That's really odd. Really odd. Is a WXYXZ not possible? It's a very rare structure, and a WXYXZ means that each wave needs to be 3 waves, right? So a WXYXZ, every wave is a 3-wave structure. So if we are thinking about this being the end, so this is what you're looking for, right? Sorry, so we have then prolong W, X, Y, and then we have X, and then we have wave Z. Let's put some fibs on the chart that are important for this structure. I'll explain why in a second. That's one. Oh, misclicked. Oh wait, we actually need the lower one here. Put it on there. There we go. Okay, so in a WXYXZ, all of the moves need to be 3 wave structures, not impulsive. So you want to see 3 waves in W, 3 waves in X, 3 waves in Y. You could potentially consider this as a 3 wave, so let's put it up here. Then you want to see 3 waves in X and 3 waves in Z. Now this scenario, wave Y, most common target for a WXY wave Y or WXYXZ wave Y is the 1-to-1, which clearly we didn't hit. For a wave Z, the most common target is between the 1 and the 1.236, taken from the high to the low of W to the high of the latest X, has not been hit. We did hit the rare target. It is a target nonetheless. My main issue here, however, is wave W and wave X, because these look impulsive, especially wave W here. Looks like an impulse and counts like an impulse as well. If we count this as a 3-wave structure, it doesn't hit any targets as well, which is a bit of an issue. And a WXY in general is very rare, so therefore it's always good to look for other structures. It is an idea, so I think Farouk, that it is definitely a good idea, and I do have it in the back of my mind, just in case. But then again, we want to see this as a wave 1 and this as a wave 2. But if this is a wave 2, it's already 7 times longer in time than wave 1, which is incredibly rare as well, that we have such a long wave 2. It was very nice if this 3-wave structure to the downside was the low. If this was the low, it was time-wise, you know, and it's a zigzag, which is the most common pattern in a wave 2. Time-wise, it was nice as well. Fib time from the low to the high, you double-click, toggle this on between the 1 and the 1.618. That's nice as well. But then now you wanted to see an impulse. We didn't get it. We got more sideways stuff. So that also lowers probabilities for this being correct. So that's a couple of reasons why I have it in my mind, but the probabilities are not on the side of this scenario in general, also because it is rare, but also what I've explained. And in the end, what I show in my videos, or try to show in my videos, is the highest probability bearish and the highest probability bullish scenario. And then I explain the 2 different scenarios per time frame. And then at the end, I give the probabilities of, based on the rules of Elliott waves, which one has the highest probability of playing out. Doesn't mean it has to play out. It's just, it's a probabilities game, right? So we play probabilities. Mostafa Golgok 129.3. Okay, this is interesting. So what's he saying? 29.3. That's 1. Then he talks 34. Okay, that's around this area here. Then he says probably that's 28.7, I suppose. I have no idea. And then he's talking about 29.6. Why do we go up again? 29. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't really know what that is, trading Elliott Wave wise, at least. Ersin Yilmaz, good that you're here. Welcome. Errol Suleiman, yes, you made it to the live stream. Good to have you around as well. It's also nice to talk to you guys live, honestly, because we do a lot of stuff, of course, with the videos, but I love talking live. Oh, you have a 5th one as well, Mustafa? 28.582. Yeah, then you take the low. Nick K, welcome. Mr. Brownbug, nice as well. It's Chinese. Like what? Market Wizards? Is Market Wizards Chinese? Actually, don't know. Posted the larger time frame CVD divergence in Discord, leading or bullish. The problem with high time frame CVD divergence is mentioned in my CVD video, which is that okay, let me this is a good question. Okay, so if we go to the daily on this AGGR chart, right, the CVD chart, higher low on price, lower low on the CVD, can it play out? Absolutely, right? Yes, it can. But as I state in many videos, local CVD always has priority. So even though this one shows bullish CVD divergence, higher low in price, lower low in CVD, if price locally continues to show bearish CVD divergences as price is moving down, you can have consistent bearish, 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 and invalidate the bullish one. So it's much better to use CVD divergences on the lower time frames locally for trading than on the higher time frames, because the local CVD will give you more confidence for the moves. This one is so big, the invalidation of this scenario is here, right? Yes, we have bullish CVD divergence, but I think if I zoom out, we already had bullish CVD divergences when price was still at around like 30K. So we already had bullish CVD here, but we still move down and we still move down and we might again move down. So when do you trade the big CVD divergence that we have with this low, right? That's the problem, because constantly we've had bearish CVD, again some bearish CVD. So it's better to trade CVD local, 15 minute, 5 minute, 30 to like an hour, I would say. And it's good to be aware of the higher time frame CVD just in case. So it's good to be aware of it. Trading wise, I personally wouldn't recommend. Like I say in my video, the CVD video as well on my channel, which is, you can find it. Right, it's this one. At the end of the video, in chapter over here, best time frames for CVD, 840. If you go there, you'll see me talking about the time frames as well, where I explain this basically. So check out this video if you don't know about CVD. It also shows where you can download it and stuff, where you can get it. So yeah. I'll check. Okay, I'll check. Oh wait, that was. Oh wait, your example was the 1 hour chart. Okay, wait. Okay, so high time frame for me is 4 hour plus. 1 hour chart. Oh wait, you mean with this low, right? Yes. That is a, so I personally just use 15 and then zoom out. You can use the 1 hour as well, but this is a valid, yeah, that's valid. That's a valid CVD divergence. It's mainly, for me, it's more, I suppose, acceptable now, just because look at the volume of this low, look at the volume of this drop. I don't really like that. We had bullish CVD here already, but I was like, nah, you know, I don't really like that the volume is so high. But now we made a new low on lower volume, which is more interesting than this one. So it is an opportunity, but preferably I like to see a bounce, move down and see local bullish CVD, right? Local. So not on the 1 hour, let's say, on this, but I would like I'm a 15-minute guy. That's my time frame. I would like to see it on the 15. You know, even more local. Yeah, it is more valid because of the volume, I suppose. But it's I still prefer local always, like 15. What book do you recommend as a beginner? Ooh. So out of the books I've shown, I think the best as a beginner. Oh, that's a question. The best book as a beginner. Okay, I have. As a beginner, then so my expectation of a beginner is that you do already trade, but not for so long, but you already try, right? You're using tools, you're trying some tools, but you're still at the beginner level. Then there's two books that I recommend. First of all, this one. If you can get this in check, you don't even need too much technicals. Like, trading is a lot about your mental state. You do need a plan, you need a strategy, and you need like statistics about your strategy. That's important, right? But you can have a brilliant support resistance strategy or a trend line strategy. It doesn't have to be very complex. But then it's about trading your strategy, and that is where fear, greed, confidence, overconfidence, FOMO, that's when you got to cope with your emotions. And that's what this book really teaches you. teaches, also because of the exercises that you get. So this is a please, it's a must read. I'm selling books live on stream. Again, I'm not an affiliate guy, so you know, if you want me to generate an affiliate link for you, I can. And I would very much recommend the Market Wizards book, and start with the original. That one. This is the original with Ed Sequoia and Jones. What's his full name again? Tudor Jones, James Tudor Jones, or whatever it was. Yeah, the names are... Oh, Paul Tudor Jones. He is amazing. You can Google him. He has a massive... Or he sold a massive house in it, like a park almost. But yeah, Richard Dennis, Paul Tudor Jones, Ed Sequoia. You know, they are legends. Marty Swatch. You got check this page, Marty Swatch. This where are we? Here. Marty Swatch, champion trader. He lost 10 years straight. 10 years. He traded for 10 years, losing for 10 years. He found his magic after 10 years. He found his whatever it was, like, you know, his system, his strategy. And he never had, like, I think months that were lower than a certain percentage. It's insane. But it's just very inspirational. So use the Market Wizards books for inspiration, and use this one to work on yourself. Working on yourself in trading is probably more important than working on the charts. Because after you enter a trade, what do you feel? Are you starting to doubt? Do you have fear your stop loss is going to be hit? Are you going to move your stop loss very quickly to break even just because you're afraid to lose? Are you afraid to lose paper profits? So you take profit early because you're afraid that your target is not going to be hit. So you close early. There's so much, man. It's so interesting, right? And then of course, that's just when you're in the trade, but also it's a preparation, right? Are you overthinking your entry? Are you sticking to your plan? Are you know, if there's a random coin pumping that's not fitting your plan, do you enter because you're a FOMO? It's incredible. There's so much improvement to be made on your mental state in trading, which is great. So yeah. I'll check Discord. Have you traded with liquidity concept? Not yet. Not really sure what you mean with liquidity concept, but I know where liquidity is based on my experience and Elliott Waves. So I don't really use any charts for that, but because of Elliott Waves is, you know, I use that and my experience with liquidity areas, I suppose. So, is there any possibility Bitcoin can go to 25K to get a double bottom? Oh, I think 25 is quite low, no? Well, let's see if this is a wave B or a wave 2. So, thanks for the likes, by the way, or the hearts. I don't know what the hearts... What are they? Are those likes or are those emotes? I'm actually not too sure. I think it's emotes, right? So, for a wave 2, if this is a wave 1, 2, and you want to see continuation eventually, for a wave 2, the most common targets for a wave 2 are between the 0.786 over here and the 0.5. So you preferably you want to see a drop. The 382 is a rare target for a wave 2. For a wave B, all of these are common, but the most common are again 786 to the 05. So that's in general the most common area. If we then look at my support areas for additional confluence, then you can see that the 786 and the golden pocket, they have additional confluence. Then below the 786, we have a little bit as well, which is around 26K, 25.9. But I do not expect, like, if price goes to the 886, there's not any really any support besides this little order block that has to hold the whole drop to the downside. If you hit the 886, it's likely it's an A, B, C as well. But going all the way down here would not be bullish. Preferably, I'd like to see a bounce here. Secondly, somewhere over here, right? So preferably around 27K, this area, or else around the 26 to 26.5 area where we have some structure as well. So of course, can it go to 25K? There's always the probability it does. There's always the probability it does. But then, can it go below this low? Yes, but then we're looking for a wave C. We're looking for an impulse down. So if this is a 5-wave move, that's the most bearish structure, by the way. I spoke about this in the YouTube Gold membership stream yesterday because of a question I got from Will88, also known as Pistachio on YouTube. And he spoke about, what's up? Can we like, is there a possibility to go down here because of other markets? And he had some fundamental analysis. He checked oil, he checked the dollar and all that stuff. And there's definitely the possibility to go down here, but then you're going to be looking for an impulse, which means in the bearish scenario, right? Or not that one, this one, we are now, on my chart, I now have an ABC. However, it can turn into a wave 3 if this move to the downside is very parabolic to the downside and volume increases very much compared to what we have in wave A, because the volume of wave A is this area, right? So if volume increases a lot and price just dumps to the downside very quickly, this might also be a 1, 2, 3. But because at the moment the probabilities are not as high for that to happen, I don't cover it in the videos. But it is a scenario I have in mind. It's still the exact same move. It's just that this move down is going to be a lot more impulsive. So that's an alternative at the moment. That's an alternative at the moment. My example, oh yeah, the 1 hour chart. Don't forget YOLO, yeah. On this channel, guys, we do not YOLO, FOMO, or catch nice. That's what I sometimes say, right? I should put that on a shirt. Chill fool, my pleasure, man. Far short of Farouk. WXY scenario Y can be 1.618. Where can I find WXY fib levels? In elite currency, levels are shown as generally all waves retrace each other around 786. So there's two in the description. I have 2 websites. This is the other one. That will help you probably. So this is a bit more detail, and there's even more. If I go all the way here, this is another website, elliottwavetough.com, where this one has. I actually don't have this in my description. I didn't know about this website till much later when I was already experienced in Elliott Waves. So I found this website only because I was looking into wave X's, because those are very difficult. And then somehow I ended up on this website, which is a great one, so I saved it. But I think the one in the description are the most important. Those are the ones that I used to learn Elliott Waves to where I am today. This one has so much detail that it's not recommended for beginners. Start with the one I've just shown, which is this one. It's in the description, it's marked as simple. Just start with this. Then if you want to take it up a notch, then you go to this one, elite currency, right? It's labeled in the description as difficult or complex, I think, complex knowledge. This one is more detailed. It also has great pictures with the targets, so you can see the Fibonacci targets and stuff on this one as well. So that's great, diagonals and all this stuff. And then if you want to go absolutely nutty, then you can go to Elliott Wave like Tough. They have a lot of info, also time over here. So yeah. Is there any possibility? Oh, I already had that question. In my opinion, the Bitcoin bear market bottom is on spring 2024 after the traditional bear market. Probably has to do with the halving, no? Because people are currently thinking. So I do not do anything with fundamental analysis. I'm a complete noob. Even if it has to do with Bitcoin halvings, Bitcoin, I don't know what else, like mining. I don't know anything. But I, of course, follow the industry, and people are already talking about... so I'm purely technical, that's what I'm saying. And you already hear people talking about the halving, and before the halving, there's always a dump, or during the halving, there's a dump. I have seen some charts in the group, which is quite interesting, gotta say. It is very interesting, like to read, but it's just additional knowledge, I suppose. It's good to know, and it would be interesting that just before the halving or maybe during the halving we get a big drop. Doesn't mean it has to be a low, but yeah. Trade. What is that? What is the quote? Trade the new? No. Sell the new? No. Trade the thing. Sell the news. I forgot that one. ABC and down on the weekly. Oh yeah, I mean we still have the bearish scenario on the macro, which I'll show tomorrow in my macro video. Macro bear. The thing is, in both the bearish and the bullish scenario, we are still expecting higher prices, preferably. Like that's the higher probability. And then it just depends on how price moves up. This can either be a wave A, B, and then C, or this is a 1, 2, and then a 3. The main issue I have with the bullish scenario is actually time. It's not even price. It's time. It's taking so long for price to move compared to previous structures, which is what you may have seen in my high time frame macro video of last week on Sunday, which is, by the way, for the people that want to watch my macro high time frame video, go to the homepage of the channel, go to the playlist macro high time frame, and you'll see my my latest update there. So it's a time thing. But probabilities wise, we both expect more upside, because if this is the low, we expect upside. And in the bearish scenario, we also expect upside. So it's all about the reaction that you then get over here, like higher up. Do you only trade Bitcoin? I only trade Bitcoin, yes. Covering ETH and one major alt per week would be a great addition. Yeah, so 1 second. Ta-da. So personally, I only trade and focus on Bitcoin. Also on the channel, I only want to focus on Bitcoin. I don't want any other coins because it makes it a bit messy on the channel as well. People should think, okay, Koenz trading main channel at least is Bitcoin, but it also has to do with time. I have another business as well. I'm a global keynote speaker. You have seen maybe some videos that I'm in Croatia or I'm in England, but also I have speaking gigs in the Netherlands quite a lot. So it's also a time thing that I'm running my other business as a speaker, but I also have another business which is educational, like courses and stuff, not about trading. It's about gaming children and parents with gaming children. So it's a completely different topic, but that's my background. My background is gaming and esports industry for 17 years already. I started in 2006 and I'm still, now I have my own business. In 2006, I started. In 2007, I was a professional gamer till 2018. Did many things in between, and now I have my own businesses. And and then YouTube just, I don't know, man. It just happened to be what it is today. I had no idea I would be chatting with you guys. In January, there was nothing, right? The YouTube channel nothing was happening. I launched it a bit earlier, but I didn't, I like to teach people stuff. And then in Feb, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to make content actively. And here we go. I didn't even have it in my 1 year, 5 year, and 10-year plan, like YouTube. I had trading in there, but not YouTube. So regarding the other coins like Ethereum and other altcoins, during a live stream, I can have a short, quick look for a couple of minutes. But for the more deep dive Elliott Wave analysis on these altcoins or other pairs, but also stocks and commodities, the YouTube Gold membership covers that because on Monday I have a time slot in my agenda where I have a live stream in the evening for the whole evening, and then I focus on, it's called Koenz coin coverage. People during the day are voting on what they want to see, and then the pair or the coin or the commodity or whatever it is with the highest votes, I will cover, and I will do a full Elliott Wave analysis. And then that's so people also see how I approach an empty chart to a full plan, which is gold is all about education. So they see how I do it, which is important there. Like, how do I make a plan from an empty chart? to then an Elliott Wave scenario. But during streams, I think last stream we did Uniswap, I believe. I think we did another one, no? I think we did something else as well. So, I mean, if there's anything, I can always have a little look. ABC down from 69. 69. But then if you want to have an ABC down, then this has to be a 3-wave ABC that goes all the way up. Then you got to be thinking about a flat then. No, WXY. That's a very, but how do you count this as W, right? WXYXZ is a possibility, but rare. This can be a 5-wave move, but the end is a bit awkward. But I mean, never say never, right? But I think if we go 69K, of course, it would be the biggest fake out ever to take the high and then dump to 10K. Yeah, but probabilities are not on the side of that scenario at the moment. After the halving, price drop. Yeah, that's interesting because people probably then buy the halving and then you can sell, and then they're all underwater. So they might panic sell, provide liquidity to the market makers to then buy it back up. All right, interesting you were a gamer. Glad I ran into your content. Learned a lot. Thanks, CDMs. Yeah, the consistency, also good to have you around. Good to have all of you around. I love it. Consistency sometimes is not that easy because of my busy days, but I try to upload at 7 a.m., 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Central East European time. But as you probably notice, it can be 15 minutes late, 5 minutes late, but as long as I don't write in the community post on YouTube or in Discord anything about I'm not going to upload a video, always expect a video. Even when it is late, just know that if I don't write I'm out today, or I can't upload, because if I didn't write anything, I will upload a video. It's just that it might be late. Also for the YouTubers. Yeah, for the people on YouTube. So there you know. Very, very slow day, no? This is such a long sideways structure as well. You want price to go above this high to invalidate a very local bearish CVD. But I think it already touched the 786. Okay. Not yet the 886. We do have some resistance right above. Daily naked point of control, and a range point of control as well, all around this area, 29.1 to 29.3, as you can see here. So that's an important area for price as well. Daily. Oh yeah, we also have the current weekly and monthly naked point of control over here in that same area as well. And then we have the naked point, there you go, naked point of control at exactly the same level. So 29.225 is important. And then we have the daily at 29.174. Interesting levels there. But that is, of course, if price can manage to find a move up. No problem to find support. What's the fib retracement we have here? 382. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going down a bit further, but okay, so on the 30-minute it looks better, no? We'll see. We had some bullish CVD here, so there is some absorption going on, but we don't have anything with the low. Hey, Mikal, how you doing? What's up? Hope you have a good day. Good weekend, all of you, by the way. What have you guys been up to in the weekend? How are you doing? What's up in your weekends? Do you have any plans today or tomorrow? Makes me think, by the way, that tomorrow I probably can't upload a 1 p.m. video because I'll be at my parents' on the other side of the country. And my grandma as well. Visiting family. Other side of the country sounds really far, but we're in the Netherlands, so it's literally like 1 hour and 20 minutes or something. That's the other side of the country in the Netherlands. That's how far, how big the country is. A little sick, unfortunately, but fine overall. At least, it's sick in the weekend. That's unfortunate, right? Working throughout the week and then sick in the weekend. But a little sick, that sounds doable. Fine overall, that's most important. It's raining, so it's a chill day. Yeah, it's the same here. I mean, it's not raining anymore, but it's been a bit of a rainy day mixed with a bit of sunshine here. When I was in Amsterdam earlier today in the afternoon, we had some rain as well as sunshine, but like the temperature is nice. It's just that it's wet, it's raining. Long weekend here in Toronto, but I work all day, every day. Red Loop, do you have your own business or do you mean trading? Toronto, man. All those, I don't know how you guys think about this, but all those American cities, they sound so iconic. It's so iconic. Yeah, I live in Toronto, like it's like the movies. It's just, I don't know why, but all the cities in America, they sound so iconic. Of course, in the Netherlands, we then have Amsterdam, which sounds iconic, right? I suppose. But in America, like all the big cities, they sound so good. What's your favorite football team? So I grew up with my parents in and around Amsterdam. So if I have to pick one, I'll probably go for Ajax. However, I have not followed football for years now. I'm not really... I used to play football myself for a long time till I was... I don't know, till I was like 18 or something years old, 20. Oh no, wait, I'm saying that wrong. I need to use the years. Till like 2016 or 17, and then I got a... How do you call it? I got a blessure. I damaged my knee during a game. Let's use easy terms. Or actually, I damaged my ankle for the 3rd time. So you have the... oh man, all these words in English. Oh, look, MT. I don't know if MT is still here, or M1304, but it's still on Arabic. Ankle band, very nice. That's not the word in English. Ligament, that's the word. Your ankle ligaments, right? I never ripped one completely, but I did like damage them 3 times, and the 3rd time the doctor said, yo, either you're gonna play soccer, football on a lower level, or you gotta quit. And then I quit also because I had the opportunity to become a snowboard teacher. I love snowboarding, so yeah, that was my sport then. I was snowboarding at the same time. So yeah, I mean, if I have to pick one, probably Ajax, but honestly, I love the fact Feyenoord won last Eredivisie championship here in the Netherlands, because I just love I love it that there's a mix, other people winning, and I also like underdog stories. Feyenoord is not an underdog story, by the way, but just in general, I like a mix. I like a competitive environment where not just one team is winning all the stuff, Same with Formula 1 at the moment. Of course, Max Verstappen, he's Dutch, he's a great guy. I know Red Bull Racing, they're great. They're doing amazing. They're writing history at the moment. But the battle for second is more interesting than the battle for first. The championship is already finished, guys. It's like done deal. But the battle for second team, second driver is quite interesting. Checo Perez was sucking for like 6 races in a row. And then you have Fernando Alonso and Hamilton, and then you have Ferrari that is like, you know, they're like nowadays a midfield team. So, yeah. It's raining for 2 weeks in Poland. Sure, that's a long time. Well, actually, talking about 2 weeks, I think we have rain for 2 weeks now as well, and it's summer. Talking about summer. What game were... I was an esports professional in Trackmania. I'm third of the world in Trackmania. Yeah, watch this, watch this. I got you something. Still actually gotta hang it. Guys, before you're gonna judge the amount of money I won, this was 2013 and it's Trackmania, guys. It's not Dota with a 40 million prize pool. Oops. Hey, there you go. In Paris. That was the championships. So... Trackmania 2 Stadium, that was the game. Electronic Sports World Cup 2013. Third place. Now, you can imagine, I went by car and train because I went with a teammate. He's also Dutch. And then we went to Belgium. And then there we got picked up by a friend of ours and also our cameraman. I was playing for Acer, Team Acer, like the company Acer. Like they paid the whole thing and salary, and you know, and you can imagine traveling with that in the train is quite an experience because people are asking questions and stuff. But yeah, that's the game I played. Red Loop, poker. Wow, that's oh wait, let's open the charts again. No business. I play poker online professionally. Work/study, 15 hours a day. You love it. Wow. Yo, Red Loop, the author of this book, right? Here, Jared Tendler. He also wrote the book. Give me a second here. He wrote, I gotta show you this. Now I'm thinking about it. The Mental Game of Poker and The Mental Game of Poker 2. Wow, if you are a... So I have a question for you. So, like, Red Loop, I have a question for you, right? If you are a professional poker player, your mental game has to be very strong, right? I suppose. Do you see it translates into your trading as well? Do you have a strong trading mind? Like, you don't have problems with fear, anger, confidence, discipline, greed, or not as much as maybe others? I'm curious because poker is also such a mental game, and there's a lot of relationships between poker and trading as well. Also between being a gamer and trading, by the way, but not on a mental level. I'd be interested in your answer there because you do both. Try DeepL for translating words or even complete sentences. DeepL. What's this? DeepL translator. The world's most accurate translator. Okay, let's see if it works. Anklet. Is it an anklet? Is that what it is? Wait. Oh, wait. Of course they. Wait. Where's my lol? Of course they think about. There you go. That's better. Yeah, this one actually works. Wow, I never knew about this. DeepL. I'm gonna use this one from now on. Ah, very nice. It actually knows. So Google Translate doesn't translate into this just now, or will it? If we use the same straight comparison, ankle strap. Okay, it's quite similar. Hey, we're moving towards the upside a little bit. That's the highest probability, right? With the analysis of the video this afternoon, as well as tonight. I don't mind if it would come down again, but you know, we're expecting the range to continue based on the price action we have. For the ones that missed the analysis, you can go to the beginning of the stream. You are from the Netherlands. I love Netherlands. Yes, I am. I'm from the Netherlands, my country. Born and raised in the Netherlands, but I do have a French mom, so I'm 50% French for the Frenchies here. Max is the new king in F1. He did make F1 a lot of fun to watch again after Mercedes was dominating for so many years. It got like, it's the same thing, right? It's, look, now Red Bull's dominating, so it starts to become maybe boring for the win, but the competition in the midfield is amazing. I love watching the midfield. And what I liked is when Max came in Formula 1 with Toro Rosso, he was the one that shook things up, you know. He was the exciting new kid on the block. He made mistakes. He was aggressive. I loved it. You know, it got some hype again. Trackmania is such a nice game. Yeah, it is. It is a nice game. I love Trackmania. Perse plays poker as well. There you go. It's similar mental trading. Yeah, I'd be interested. I can imagine it's quite similar. Edward Park, that would be cool if you are related to Andrei Rousimov. Well, probably not, because my surname is completely different, but who's this? Oh, he was a French professional, like, dude. Andre the Giant. What the fuck are we doing on today's stream here? Well, nowadays all the WWE people are also Hollywood stars out of nowhere, right? So could have played in a movie as well. The Red Loop. I believe mental related issues stem from lack of understanding. If you truly understand the game/trading, mental issues, which are rooted in impatience, fear, greed, entitlement, etc., fade away. If you truly understand the game/trading, which are rooted in impatience, fear, greed, entitlement. Yeah, I mean, in the end, it's about understanding the game, your strategy. Yeah, well, in trading, it's different than poker, I suppose. But in trading, it's of course... Oh no, by the way, in poker you also have a strategy, of course, with the hands that you get and you pulling out or putting more money in. I think what's so important, what you mentioned as well, is it's understanding the game, equaling understanding your approach, your strategy, your plan, the risk that you want to take, but also understanding yourself. And that's something in trading that I think is not mentioned enough. I think in trading... so many people talk about technical analysis. And if you are failing, if you are a losing trader, oh, you got to learn more technical analysis. And maybe it's order flow that's the magic bullet. And maybe it's this and maybe it's that. And I do think you need a bit of a foundation of technical analysis. You need to know what you're doing. Most importantly, you need to have a plan and a strategy based on statistics. Use different tools in TradingView or outside of TradingView. Build statistics on the tools. Put some tools together. Build statistics of the tools together. And see, and then you tweak, adjust. And then finally, if you have a good win rate and a good risk to reward ratio, and that's going to be your strategy. And then you're only going to trade that setup, right? And then you can work on maybe a new strategy. And then you have two strategies. So you trade based on understanding the edge of your strategy. And if you have a very clear idea of your edge, you have very clear rules, it also avoids uncertainty, fear of entering, because you know that out of 100 trades, you have a 50, 60, 70, whatever percent win rate. And I think statistics, they help you to avoid emotional trading. I actually made a video about that, which is in Discord. I didn't put it public on YouTube because it's not, it's not technical analysis per se, but it's a Discord. Look, you guys can find Discord in the, where is it? Educational Discord only. Here we go. This one. Track statistics to counter emotions. Actually made a video about that one. Oh wait, we also have this? Wait, June Fractal talked about on stream. Thanks for the likes, guys, or the hearts. I don't know if the hearts are likes or not. I'm always confused. Ah, I see what you're doing here. So here you went up, down. Here you went down, up. That's a difference, right? The waves are not like and then down. I mean, again, it's definitely a valid scenario, but from an Elliott Wave point of view, I wouldn't know how to make this the low like this. Unless you're thinking about the WXY. W, zigzag. X, expanding flat. And currently working on wave Y. But wave Y only has a few options. So what you're then looking for, if you're looking for this, right? And then whoop, oops, and then you go to the upside. WX, you're going to be looking for Y. Then you're going to be looking for a zigzag over here. Possible, right? In the 3-wave scenario, you hit the rare target of a zigzag, which is the 0.618, as you can see, which is a target nonetheless for then an A, B, C down. This is then your low of W. And because W is a zigzag, unless it is a double zigzag, of course, but a double zigzag target is much lower than this. So preferably you have a sideways combo. Because just so you know, if you're looking for a double zigzag with the high of X being this high over here, then the target is going to be between 1 and 1.236. Most commonly, 0.618 is just very rare, which happened here already. So preferably looking then for maybe a WXY, but then W is a zigzag. Hit the rare target, right? Zigzag. Anything is possible in X, and then you're looking for either a flat or a triangle. For a triangle, all of the waves have to be zigzags locally, which is a bit of a problem at the moment with this structure. We had a zigzag down, but now this sideways structure does not resemble anything that looks like zigzags. And triangle at the moment over here locally is for me like no scenario anymore. At least it's a triangle that goes like this. Of course, you can have a zigzag, then a triangle, and then wave Y, and then a 3-wave structure like this. But that's not like then you have a double zigzag in wave Y, which is low probability as well. It's not what you want to see in a Y. You prefer to see simple structures. And a simple structure is a flat zigzag or a triangle. So yeah, a zigzag's not really possible, or it is, but this is a higher probability. It's a 3-wave, another 5-wave, and because this is a 3-wave, another 5-wave, we're looking for triangles and flats. But the triangle over here does not look good for a triangle. So then we have the flat, and the flat is an A, B, C. So you would be looking for something like this for then continuation. In a WXY, right? If this is the ABC, ABC, you go for lower prices. Well, price about to take this high here. Poker is a game. The luck can save you. Well, I think just like trading, poker is a skill game. But the skill is based on your understanding of probabilities, because it is a probability-based game. You might lose 5 hands in a row, but you win after 100 hands, because the probabilities, every move you try to make, are in your favor probability-wise. So you might lose more rounds than you win, but the winners are going to be much bigger than the losers. It's the same thing as with trading. you play a probability game. So you have to be very good in losing in order for you to win in poker. Which brings me back to The Best Loser Wins, which is a trading book, by the way, this one. Why normal thinking never wins the trading game. Again, the video, the content of this book is freely available really on YouTube. Let me show it again. For the new people that joined the stream, if you want to know what's in, the most important stuff in the book is spoken about in the 7-part series of this Trading Psychology, Why Normal Doesn't Make Money. Check this one out. 7-part series. And you don't need, if you don't like reading, then at least watch the video, because I think it's valuable and you can use some stuff from the book. But the most important stuff from the book is also spoken about in the video, and he has PowerPoint slides, so you can just screenshot the PowerPoint slides if you want and then save it in your files instead of going through the book yourself. It's like, I swear, the content in the video, it's almost a replica of the book. It's in total, I think, 1.5 to 2 hours of videos, 7-part series, and yeah, it's definitely recommended. Definitely recommended. It's sad a lot of people get very emotional on social media. Do you wait, you wrote more. It's great to see another YouTube. Yeah, so it's said a lot of people get very emotional on social media. Do you mean emotional about their trades and trading, or do you mean they are emotional about social media, like the impact of social media? In trading, I don't think that luck can save you. I mean, it can. If you bought sheep in 2021, you put $100 in, you would be a multimillionaire if you sold at the top. It can be luck, right? It can be luck. There's always luck. For example, if you have no clue what you're doing, but you did put on 100x, $1,000 whatever trade over here, and you literally sold at the top, well, you had a very good day. But that is luck. How consistent are you over a period of time? That is when luck fades and skill is rising. You can be very lucky, like you can be very lucky one day in poker. You can be very lucky one day on trading. But you cannot be very lucky over a year of playing poker or a year of trading, because then it comes down to consistency, and consistency comes down to skill and mental, like mental skill and technical skill, and understanding probabilities and preparation. It's great to see another YouTuber do CVD divergences and swing failure patterns. Yeah, it's just like I think it's, especially CVD is a fun tool to use, and swing failure patterns is eyeing liquidity, and especially double bottoms and double tops. Those are like magnets for price, right? I love those things. Also I use it in confluence with my Elliott Waves. A lot of writing. Gotta pick it up. Daniel does it as well, but he doesn't do videos every day. Yeah, true. That's true. He also shows those type of technical analysis, I suppose. But yeah, not many people do three videos a day, of course. The Contrarian, first of all, welcome, man. The Contrarian, how are you doing? Also, Mohit Valeka, how are you doing? The Contrarian writes, my win rate is really low, sometimes just over 12%, sometimes 20%. If your risk management, yes, that's true. That's true. Like you can, like in the book, Best Loser Wins, but also in the video part that I just showed you, right? The video series, Ben Hout, like Tom Hougout, not Ben. His name is Tom. He talks about a friend of his. He has a 20% win rate, but if he has a winner, it's massive, 20x, 25x. But their skill is going out very quickly. The moment the trade goes against them, they're out. They have a certain strategy that they developed with a very low win rate, but if they win big. Like, you can have a 95% win rate, but if your one loss destroys all of your wins, it doesn't matter, right? So it's about, then again, risk management, responsible trading, having a plan, a strategy. So, but still, if you know your risk to reward, and like, where's my... So what you're looking at is, so these are the stats that I track, right? You don't see necessarily what my strategy is, the rules I have, the tools I use, all that stuff, but what you see is statistics. For me, this is incredibly important. Now, I do change and improve my strategy over time. So I do have other Excel files where I have data before November 2022, but in November, I updated my strategy. So I start with a fresh new sheet, right? I want to track the statistics of my improvements. This is what, for me, counters my emotions. For me, statistics, that is what is countering emotions for me. And based on statistics, yes, if your strategy has a risk to reward ratio of 20, but your statistics are showing that if you have a winner, it's a big one, and you win, bottom line, you win, who cares, But if you have a 90% win rate, but you're losing, something's wrong. But statistics can give you insight in what you're doing. And what you see over here is just some of the stuff that I track. Entry times, what days do I trade? Trading with or against the trend. I have 2 different setups. What's the win rate of the setups? What's my risk to reward if I maximize the trade, right? So I don't trade 1 to 10. That's not my strategy. But what is the maximum risk to reward ratio of the trade that I could have gotten? I put that down as well. All the information. How long does it take for losing trades to form or for winning trades to form? And yeah, it's just very interesting. And I think that, yes, it takes a lot of work, but oh boy, does it help you with your mental part of trading, but like mental wise, but also strategy wise, because you get new insights, and then with the new insights, you can update your strategy. So yeah, completely agree with the contrarian. You can have a low win rate, but if your strategy is good and you have big winners, if you can do that consistently, it's good. 3 wave, 5 wave, 10 waves. You better look for some support and resistance and make it simple. Yeah, Elliott Waves, like what Mohit says, Elliott Waves is very complex. Takes a long time to study. I do think it's very valuable if you know Elliott Waves, because it can give you maybe a better insight into the trend. Like, what are we looking for? Are we looking for downside on the higher time frame or upside? And then you can potentially trade with the trend. But then again, you also have YouTube, right? But I think it is valuable. But yeah, at the beginning, keep it simple, track statistics and all that stuff, and Exactly, big Koenz, luck is short term. Yeah, understand the mechanics. Trader Tom, correct, it is Trader Tom. Edward, like they would argue with one another, especially if they have different market view. Yeah, so of course, people are always free to have their own opinion. So actually, I gotta say, the community that we have in Discord and the comments and you guys being here, there's rarely, I've not seen anyone yet trying to convince someone else about their way of trading being the best one. And I like that, because everyone has their own strategy based on their personal experience, their tools, their personality as well. Some people might be bearish, some people might be bullish, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what someone else does. It matters that you profit. And if you can profit with your bearish or bullish view or your bearish strategy, whatever it is, then who cares? So what I tend to do as a trader myself is I really do not care about someone else's charts, videos. They don't impact me, because I have my style of trading, I have my bias, I have my strategy. So I don't get distracted by others, let's say. And at the same time, I respect everyone's analysis, everyone's strategy, because who am I to say they are wrong? They are not wrong. They just have different insights, they have a different strategy, they have a different opinion, which is good. Else it would be very boring. And I can learn from others as they can learn from me. And I love to learn about new things. We have traders in the group that have such a unique analysis style. I think The one that is most unique is Liquid Mafia. He uses fib circles. Incredibly interesting. It's so interesting. I don't know how it works, but I love following his posts. It's like an interstellar chart. It's like space. It's great. So yeah, always respect someone else's opinion. You know, trying to convince someone else with your bias will not help you. It will not help the other. It doesn't give you profit. It doesn't do shit. It only gives problems online. And, you know, who cares about problems online? With, you know, be happy. Be happy. Will you make a video about fib time extension relation with Elliott waves? Yeah, it's in a master class that I'm making. The Fibonacci time relations between the waves. I think in general, Ersin Yilmaz, most importantly, is time-wise, the waves between 0.618 and the 1.618. That's most common for corrective structures. Perseo, Claro, Exacto, Christian Laurin, good evening, Koenz. Welcome, man. How are you doing? I've already asked you via Discord, but here again, would you show your trading strategy in the video? Greetings from Germany. Ah, you are KRZ. I actually tagged you with this message. I'll check your, Gary, I'll just call you Gary. I'll check you. Oh, wait, this is, we spoke about the CVD divergence already. I wrote you here in general chat. I think you are KRZR, I suppose. So, yes, I have my personal trading strategy, but as I write here as well, you know, I can't just put it out there. It's years of developing the strategy, tracking statistics, losing money, obviously, because that's what happens. So if I would do it, I would do it in either some sort of a course or a new membership level. And oh, talking about this, you want to have a little bit of an inside secret for the not stream viewers? Look what's happening here. Based on, is this Sidiums? Now, based on a lot of requests from many people in my DMs, also in Discord, but also on YouTube, I'm currently working on a new membership level where there's very exciting stuff planned. More of some live stuff as well. Very interesting. So what's this? Quarterly VWAP. Oh yeah, the VWAP. I used that a lot in the past. Quarterly VWAP at the probable low market. Liquidity, FVG. Oh yeah, so I do have the support resistance structure on my chart, so I like that. Liquidity, FVG. Yeah, and then we have, what's this? Oh, I see. Oh, is this your liquidity thing? Ah, yeah, okay, I see. These are the liquidity, like the candle liquidity. It's not a, is this the point of control of this candle? I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Footprint. This is trading light, I suppose, no? I guess. People from the Discord group that are not in the live stream, they're going to be like, yo, this guy, Koenz, is ignoring us. He's not responding in text. But here we are in the live stream. For people that trade CVD, by the way, and want to know more, first of all, check my home screen video about CVD, because I use it a lot. Over here, you can find a website. Over here, the Bitcoin template, and over here, the CVD template made by Dario. This is, by the way, then the Bitcoin template and a one-pager that you can download. So you can use this. When is it tradable? When is it not tradable? With the scenarios on here as well. So it could be valuable if you want. Greetings from Germany. A friend of mine at the moment, as we speak, is in Germany with the family of that's Dutch, with the family of his girlfriend. I don't know exactly where they are, actually. Gotta ask. Koenz, can you explain about Pitchfork? The Pitchfork. You don't see me using that a lot. You can use it in Confluence with Elliott waves as well. Let's see if we have a bit of a good example for Pitchfork using the Pitchfork. Ideally, a golden pocket bounce. Yeah. Prefer staying on the high time frames. Maybe here. Maybe this one works. To then the end of the correction, right? Like I would then use it in combination with Elliott waves. So I might use it a bit differently because of my Elliott wave knowledge, right? But look at the lower line. It's nice support, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th time dump, but then back up above, move up, hitting the middle, resistance, back to support, breakout. It's built. So how do you use it? So in Elliott waves, you would use it from the beginning of a wave to the end of the wave, to the end of the second. So if this is like a WXY that we're looking at, or this is a WXY, right? From the beginning to the end of W to the high of X. And then, of course, you have different settings. So I have different templates, right? You have the Fibonacci, inside, modified shift, original, and shift. And yeah, there's that like in a range structure. So when you are ranging, you tend to use the shift styles. So the one I have now is shift, which is common in a ranging structure. So this is very rangy, right? So you tend to use this in a ranging structure. You go more towards the original. So you go to like, this is useless, Fibonacci. I never really used it. So the original one is more for impulsive structures, where this is more like a channel. So then you could think, okay, this is a wave 1, wave 2, and then you're looking for a wave 3 to the downside. Or if we're talking corrections, you can use a pitchfork for an ABC. So this is good to know. I guess this is one of the more important things to know. So then you have wave A, wave B, and then if you talk about a correction, wave C will end somewhere, most likely, probability, at the lower end of the trend line. A, B, C. And you pull the pitchfork. Wait, let's put the ladders on so it's absolutely clear. Okay, so then you do this. Once B is in, if you think B is in, pull a pitchfork from the starting point of A to the low of A to the high of B, preferably in a zigzag. We're now talking about a zigzag, right? It's even more ideal if wave B hits the golden pocket, but then put this on your chart, the pitchfork, high, low A, high B, and then the lower trend line is a target for C. And if price pumps below the trend line, like on volume, the probabilities are higher, you're in a 1, 2, 3. So if price finds support here and starts to move back to the middle line, probabilities were higher. This is a 3-wave structure, and we're going to move towards the upside. Either then in a corrective structure, where this is a wave W, you expect an X and then a Y, or X can be higher, or this is an ABC, and you want to see price moving back up. I think this is one of the more important ways of using the pitchfork with Elliott waves. Yeah. And I mean, I use it. So of course, I use a lot of stuff in relation to Elliott waves. If you have a move that goes to the golden pocket, A, B, and then a move down, the moment you see the golden pocket being hit, okay, a bit too high, but let's imagine it's there. The moment the golden pocket is hit, it also really can be very beneficial to put it on your chart. And then you can use the original. But the moment you think about a longer corrective structure, it helps to put it on shift, because it's so horizontal price action. It works better with the shift setting. So from the high to the low to the end of this structure, and then you can see now you see it also doesn't work. It was nice, right? Price moving down, okay, find support, but then it starts ranging and moving out of the upper trend line, but it doesn't do that impulsively. So, hey, okay, interesting. Let's change it to shift. You also have modified shift, but shift. And then you're like, right? Oh, lower trend line support, going back to the middle. Lower support, moving up to the middle of nowhere. But then you drop down again, retest the middle, down. Retest the middle, down. go below, retest. This is so nice. Retest this. Whoops, move to the middle, resistance. Whoops, back to support, and up we went. I actually never showed this in my videos because I just so happened to find this now during the live stream because I actually don't really use pitchforks anymore. It's just a pull that I do based on the range that I have over here. You want to use shift settings, and it just so happens it's a perfect scenario, really. There you go. Oh, there you go. And you can also use, this is true by the way, you can also use pitchforks with a swing failure pattern high. So if you have a high and then you make a higher high but price immediately goes down, you can also use the pitchfork to look for areas of support or targets. It's a bit of a question which the low is, right? But and then you would do it like this. Then you put it on original because now you have a higher high, okay? So you have a higher high. So you're still looking at a range, but because you now use a higher high compared to the origin, you put it on original. And there you go. Oh, what are the shift settings? I don't know out of my head. No, wait, you don't have to put it on shift settings. Just here, style, it's at the bottom. So here you can choose style, original, shift, modified shift, and inside. And if I go through the different ones, you know, you see it doesn't change. It doesn't change my settings here. 1 second. Okay, fiance came in. Chat about the dinner. So hey Gummy, how you doing? Welcome, man. So yeah, the settings from the pitchfork do not change. So I still have the median line, which is the red line in the middle, and then I toggle on the one. I like my charts clean. I don't like all the shit on my chart and you know. So this Fibonacci, this is only interesting on a macro time frame or a cycle time frame. You won't see me using this, but in this scenario the pitchfork is very nice and you can use it as additional confluence for your trading. So yeah, resistance, support, resistance, support. Yeah, it's nice. So there you go, a little bit of an explanation on how you can use pitchforks. Koenz, can you explain the pitchfork? There you go. Oh, Dutch. Hey, Dutch XRP. Nederlander? I mean, must be a Dutch one. Moet Nederlands zijn. So actually, we have a guy in Discord, before I continue reading the chat. Oh, we have a scammer? Oh no, he's already banned. Okay, nice. Where is it? Oh yeah, in the where are you from, right? Like guys, if you join Discord, make sure to write in the where are you from, because it's always fun to see where you guys are from. And also send pictures, you know, not necessarily of yourself, but where you live. It's great. So we had this guy joining, Dutch Clown Jr., and he's a chef. And he's a chef in a city it's in Hoorn, which is above Amsterdam, above Purmerend. But I'm actually sometimes quite close. So it's fun that I know he's a chef there, and he says, let me know when you're in Hoorn, so I can have dinner in his restaurant. That's fun, right? That's the cool thing. Like we're a community, we can meet each other, and whenever I'm close, which is quite often actually, that I'm quite close, I can eat. He's a chef, so I can eat in his restaurant. How cool is that? Christian Laurin, I missed the answer, but I would be very interested in your strategy. If you reveal it in your diamond section, I would be your subscriber in any case. I do. It's not unfolded, but I'm working on it. It has 4 different channels in here now. So actually, on Instagram, there's a sneak peek. My Instagram story has a sneak peek. A little sneak peek. Did you read The Complete Turtle Trader? It's the story from Richard Dennis. Super interesting. I want to tweak my strategy for the next bull market. I actually did not. Nice. Okay. Amazon. Wow, 1,500 rate, like, holy moly. And this is about Richard Dennis. Yeah, so Richard Dennis is also interviewed in the Market Wizards book. How 23 novice investors became overnight millionaires. Interesting. 1 second, I'm going to put a light on. Oh, now you guys can actually see me. Very interesting, this one. I'm going to put this in my... So I have a phone. I have notes in my phone where I put all the books that are interesting that I haven't yet read. So it's called books. Maybe you see a few, right? Like Shoe Dog, The Path, like One Up on Wall Street, Peter Lynch, right? Stock Market Genius, Common Sense Investing. Like, I have so many books in here, so I'll add this one. Complete Turtle Trader by Wu. Oh, Michael Covell. Thanks for the recommendation, man. I appreciate it. That's going to be an interesting one after I finish the book I'm reading now. Okay. It takes a very long time, but at least it's moving at least a little bit. Today's range again has been like $200 or something. It's ridiculous. Oh no, a bit more because we have this peak. Oh no, $160. Horrible. Implement a sort of Richard Dennis style. Yeah, it's great to learn from books. I learn so much from books I read. Not necessarily the technical side, the mental side, but it's good. Like you can learn a lot from the books. Adding to winning trades. Yes, that is something I don't do yet. My strategy it's not an adding to winning. Well, not completely true, because if I do get a runner and I do have an element in my strategy which can create a runner, then if there is a trending market, I do have a compounding strategy, just in case. Channel works better. Yeah, I also use channels. So you do sometimes see me use a channel in videos. I have never in a video yet on my channel used a pitchfork, because it's not really part of my, I guess, strategy, and you don't really... So channels are more relevant in Elliott Waves than pitchforks, so therefore I tend to use more channels in general. If you ever see like anything else on my chart than Elliott Waves, it's probably a channel. Interesting, no? That's also additional confluence of my blue target box. I wrote it. So I write my confluences in the target box, and the middle of the channel is one of them. Triple top, middle of the channel, daily naked point of control. You know, there's some more stuff here. It's nice. Interesting area. But that first means you have to get back in the channel, We got rejected. This also happens to be the value area low area. So value area low area over here, rejection, right? Very nice. This is new for me. I also work with channels. Yeah, it's all about like reading, right? Reading about pitchforks and learning how to use them. And maybe, look, that's the thing. I know a lot of different tools. I think the speed fan is probably one of the most underrated tools. Gotta love the speed fan. The thing is that you need to find the tools that you love using the most and fit your strategy eventually. Like, so I've tested probably almost every tool TradingView has, and also used exo charts and order flow and and TPO. I have at least basic knowledge, but it didn't really fit to my trading style, my personality, how much time I have to observe the markets. So you develop a strategy around yourself, really. So it doesn't really fit my way of trading. He has only 20% of a win rate. BN Pascu, welcome man. How are you doing? What are the shift settings? Oh yeah, wait. I already answered that question, though, because there's no shift settings. It's just called shift. You just put it on shift, and you can see it's changing. Don't talk me about the don't ask me about the calculation. You have to Google like how it's calculated. But the only thing you do is you toggle on like fib level, or you put it on your style, and that's it really. I see some confluence of your pitchfork. So yeah, swing flip, yeah, 3400. Such an interesting level, no? Which confluence works better for you? Well, Elliott Waves is a big one, because I use Elliott Waves for a bias. It's like directional bias. And then in general, what you see in my videos, you see fibs, CVD. Those are stuff I look at. I think volume is important. Well, but it's about the combination of how it then all works together, and the separate rules that you have. And that's what really makes a strategy, right? The rules. Okay, now I see your call from the moon in Discord. It's like, of course, many people have different names in different platforms, so it's not always easy to know who I'm talking to. So I don't always know if you're also in Discord or not. What time is it in your country? It's basically 9 p.m. now, 20:58. So we are online for 2 hours. Can you do Ethereum? At least I can have a look. I can't do a whole count because we don't have the time. And also, that's the thing. I don't have the time to do whole counts, because where you actually want to start is... Oh, I do have something on the chart. That's very old. Imagine this actually works. This is very, very old technical analysis. Unfortunately, there's no timestamp of when I decided like this. I don't know when I've done this. But at least we have something. So the thing is, when I do an analysis on an empty chart, then I remove everything and I start again. It takes a lot of time. Elliott Waves in general takes a lot of time. So, of course, I can have a look more locally. But in the YouTube Gold membership, we have a live stream on Monday where I always go through the most voted coin or pair that the Gold members are voting for. And we have so far done, let me check here, what have we actually done? We've done quite a few. Coin coverage. We actually didn't do SHIB and ORAI. I've just added them because they are in the voting list that people vote for, so just in case. But XRP, ARP, USD, Solana, ADA, Matic, DOT, XEM, and Pepe. Those are the ones we have done in the Coinalyze stream now. So we've actually done it for quite a few weeks because it's one a week. So wow, it's actually quite a few weeks already, no? Oops. So if we have a quick look at Ethereum, was it this chart? What the hell is this? I have so many ETH charts with apparently stuff on it. I don't even know anymore what CPR is. Weekly CPR. CPR. I know daily open, but I don't know what CPR is. I don't know my own technical analysis. Okay, other chart. This one. Mm-hmm. 1.618. Could it be an ABC with a rare target? A lot of overlap here at the highs. This looks corrective. And you have the highest amount of volume outside of this candle over here, which doesn't look like a wave 3. If you look at this move to the downside, the highest amount of volume is at the end, which is more something you see in a wave C. So therefore, this looks like a 3-wave structure, another 3-wave structure, and then this is likely another 3-wave structure, and then a WXY. Where wave Y went to the 1.618, which is a rare target, but a target nonetheless. Then we have X over here. Yeah, so this can be a nice. That could be a double zigzag, sharp move to the downside. Wave Y in the most common target area. Right. So on top of the 382 for potential wave 4, WXY hitting the most common target area for an ABC in a wave Y. So that's quite interesting. But then, of course, you're going to be looking for now an impulse to the upside, right? Because if this is the low, you want to see the beginning of a bigger move like to the upside. Whatever low it is, 4 or, you know, that's up for debate because I haven't been looking at this chart for so long. So this 4 is very old analysis. So let me just let me remove that. That's better. Of course, the thing is, if this is a WXY, preferably you do not see a WXY inside a W. If we are thinking about a potential 3, 3, and a 3, it is possible. Not preferred, but there's a bit of discussion. It is possible. Can this be a 5-wave structure? Then you have 5, 3, 5. I mean, that works as well. So I guess on ETH, if this is the beginning of a bigger wave 3, McDonald's M here. I'm not sure if it looks that impulsive, really. Yeah, so on ETH stayed very sideways, right? Look at how sideways this is. So you're probably looking for, it's not a diagonal. I think wave 3 would be too low. No, it's not too low. Okay, so that's still an opportunity. It is on fib. Yes, that's good. Okay, okay. Getting somewhere. Wave 2 contracting. 786. That's also a common target. So in a diagonal, you want to see, like, if this is a 5, you want to see 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, right? That's your count. This is the most common area for wave 4. Let me remove the rare one. Rare, rare, rare. The golden pocket is less common for than a 4. And then you would expect a 5 to the upside if we're thinking about a diagonal, right? Oh, wait. You do want to count 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks like a very weird 2, no? But okay. 1, 2, 3-wave structure. 1, 2. And then you have here 1, 2, maybe like 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Can this be a 5? That's a very long 5, no? And also, this looks so 3-wavy to the upside. This looks like an impulse. Then you have a correction, but if this is an A, this has to be another 5-wave move. So either it's a complete 5-wave or it's a 3-wave in an ABC, or it's a 5-wave move. I have to go in detail to figure that out, but again, we don't have the time. Then you have a 3-wave. So this is the bullish scenario. Right, bullish scenario is that the low is in WXY 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get a correction in a wave 2, and you pump to new all-time highs, because that's going to be a wave 3, right? So that's the bullish scenario. So because it doesn't look impulsive, right? It's not a 1, 2, 3. Like, it's very corrective sideways, at least by the looks of it, but you can get a diagonal out of it. But you have to go to the lower time frames to confirm 5-wave structures. Yeah, it's a higher probability this is a 5-waver. So basically, this is the high time frame bullish. And then, of course, the bearish. The bearish is that this is an ABC. In a 535, hitting the 1.618, that's fine. Where this, then by itself, is going to be a W. Or an A, we don't know. But because price is moving up so slowly and not quickly, the probabilities are higher it's an X instead of a B, because you can also only call it an ABC flat if we go all the way up here, but it takes too long, you know. So I'd be looking for an X. So that means you're looking for a 3-wave structure and then a move to the downside. Most common target for X, or at least fibs for X. Between the 0.5, as that one has been hit, to the 886. Okay. Interesting. also interesting. Different time frames can give different point of control, so it's always good to check. And then you can look for confluences and then decide which one is most probable. A little bit of an order block here, but yeah. Golden pocket area. The 0.5 is hit, so it can already be like, you know, can this be X? Yes. But if we look at Bitcoin, do we expect to move down in Bitcoin? Yeah, we still expect to move to the downside, but eventually we still expect further upside. And you can imagine Ethereum going with Bitcoin for then... we have a gap here, right? Maybe even on the monthly. Oh, we actually touched it. Okay, so you can imagine, right? You rejected once, and that's good. That's a solid rejection, right? But now you're here twice, and we're ranging. We're not rejecting. So probabilities are then increasing that, you know, if price is going to enter again, like if it goes to the 0.5, you can expect it to fill the whole gap to the upside, which is 27.21. That's around the golden pocket as well. Interesting, no? So I'd definitely be looking. If Bitcoin moves up, it's an interesting level here. So yeah. This is of course the bearish scenario. What is important, a difference here, this is high time frame there, is that in the bullish scenario, if we're looking at a diagonal, you don't want to see a pump going too high. Because if we're thinking about a diagonal here, wave 5 should be shorter than wave 3. And this is wave 3. And if this is the low at the moment on top of the 302 here, right? Then this wave 5 is not allowed to be longer than the 1-to-1, sitting at 3,246. Is this... yeah, this is... so that's your invalidation. It doesn't matter what if you use linear scale or log scale, but I'm on the 3-day now. 3-day and weekly, like everything above the daily, I use log scale. Daily is a mix. Daily can be used log and linear. But this works on the log scale. You don't want to see price going too high though. And if price makes a new low, you just drag it down. So then the maximum. So if price is going to reach the 1-to-1 level, basically it invalidates a diagonal. That's and also, by the way, most common target for a wave 5 in a diagonal is of course the 1-to-1 is the invalidation. Common, little bit less common, but still common. Invalidation, very rare. So between the 0.618 is currently 2493 and, well, basically 3K. That's the area you're looking for. Very interesting indeed. So there you go. That was Ethereum in a nutshell. Which, we already had that. Ethereum, yeah. So Arjun Gautam, that one was for you, as well as Johan Rochana Koenz. If you look in linear, it is looking more like a 1-2 or like a double 1-2. That's also a possibility. That would be the very bullish. 1-2-1. Well, this second wave 1, however, is longer in time. Which is the low? Which one is? It doesn't really matter. Which one is lower? I think the left one, no? 10.73 and this is 7.4. So yeah, so you got to put it on there. So what I don't like about this 1-2 is time. This second wave 1 is so much longer in time than the first wave 1. It can have the form of a diagonal, but if this is a lower degree wave 1, because this is your higher degree wave 1, right? This is your, so let me put this on the chart with a count. So this is going to be your green count, and then inside your wave 3, you're going to have the blue count, which I'm going to put on the chart right now, which is this. So this second wave 1 is much larger in time than the first wave 1, but the first wave 1 is a higher degree wave 1. So this is not really something you like to see in a lower degree wave 1, right? That lowers the probabilities of this being a second wave 1. And then if we go to wave 2 targets on the linear, right? Yeah. Then we hit the 382. But preferably for a wave 2, you're going to hit the 0.5 to the 0.786 area, which we didn't hit yet. So that's going to be your preferred target area. So then another move down is preferred. I'm going to stop the stream soon though. We're going to have dinner, relax a bit, and then tomorrow is a new day. Running flat for ETH. A running flat, Attila, is very rare. So it's not really something I look at. Like the very rare structures, a running flat, expanding triangle, expanding diagonal, those are never preferred and never have high probabilities because they are so rare. Yo, Tim, there he is. Tim, one of the newest members in silver. Welcome, man. Good to see you around. The Opslag, how are you doing? I have to go. Yeah, it's already... We've been online for 2 hours and 20 minutes, everyone. Do you believe the bottom is in for Bitcoin? You mean 15K or the 24K? 24K, yeah. 15K, not so sure yet. We need to wait what the macro does. Because on the macro, both bearish and bullish scenario, we expect more upside. And then between 39 and 50K, that's the important... That's like the decision area. So, yeah. But tomorrow I upload my new macro and high time frame update, but I think it's going to be quite similar to the one of last week. But every Sunday, 7 p.m., I upload a new high time frame and macro video. So you can check out the one of last week as well for my thoughts about the bottom. Love from Nepal. Holy moly, appreciate your work. Thanks, Aryan, man. Make sure to pay respects to the power tower on the way out, Bekun. Oh yeah, did you see me do pull-ups the other day on stream? I'm actually not sure if you were here. I did 10. However, today I've done a upper body workout in the gym in the morning, so there's no way I'm gonna do pull-ups now. Do I use harmonics? No. I only know one harmonic, which is Golden Pocket 786. I don't know if it's the butterfly or something else, but I've never really got into harmonics. ETH made a bearish shark too. Yeah, so I'm not really... I think harmonics are very valuable in combination with Elliott waves. It's just that I never really got hooked, I suppose. Never really studied it enough. But everyone, I'm going to call it a day. Or a night, I should say. I'm going to chill with my fiance. We're going to have dinner as well. Cook some dinner. Enjoy our time. So... Yeah, chin-ups. I mean, if you use the bar, then obviously you need to do chin-ups, right? Like, put your chin above the bar. So, oh, that was an early stream. Yeah, well, next time around. But guys, I'd like to thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the interaction. I love talking to you guys. Like, really, really appreciate your time. It was a fruitful session. Went over Bitcoin, went over psychology, went over all the books that I recommend and read. And holy moly, we've gone through a lot in the almost 2.5 hours. that we were live on this channel. 374 different people have watched the chat, average view duration of 15 minutes and 46 seconds. And we currently have 47 concurrent viewers, which actually has been stable throughout the whole stream. The whole stream has been around 45 people consistently. Wow. Really cool. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. So I wish you a great evening, morning, afternoon, night, wherever you live in the world. Enjoy your time. Trade safe. Trade safe. That's important. Read some like trading books. The one I'm reading right now, Mental Game of Trading. I'm gonna continue tomorrow. Love it. So spend some time outside, touch the grass. It's weekend. And I'll see you guys at the next one, okay? It's gonna be a good one, the next one as well. So thanks for watching. Tomorrow morning, another update at 7 a.m. Central East European time. So you can look forward to that one, and let's see what price is doing locally. So thanks for watching. I see you guys at the next one. Bye-bye.